rubber when I blabber. Great, I mean you make no wonder twist the actor. Fake, it's crazy. I'm rigging breaking backs and busting lips. I rigging the creek, that the snipe, and those freaking pips and shrimps. I'm rigging make enough noise like Bam Bam, throw boulders from bedrock, you'll get dropped by Slam Man, so check it. I'm rigging record quick, oh shucks. I give it the gun big ducks like Daddy War Bucks, oh Anna. I'm rigging rock the coca, cabana, banana, split, hot, spit, so sick. I'm rigging from here to bang up the desk. I'm rigging the ripping flesh, but I get spread like this. Shush, rigging the shush, kid, you'll get done. Squish for fun. I'm rigging the rock like no one. I'm rigging the rock, rigging the rust, chicken the chunks, I'm savage.
What's up? I tell you, man, old school hip hop has got, it just has a cool finesse about it, man. I think what it does, it was such a cool time in my life when I just happened to be one of them white kids, man, where, you know, like, I guess everybody expected me to listen to, like, long-haired, like, Metallica rock bands, which are cool. I listen to them when I'm at the gym here and there, man, but old school hip hop just has a really cool uniqueness to it, man. I dig it, and I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome to be able to, you know, listen to these old beats, man, and remember them times back when I was a kid, man. Dude, I used to ride a skateboard. I had a BMX bike. You sang around these guys. I'll tell you how I got my name, man. This is a funny story. I had this friend of mine named John, and man, I forgot, man. It was the summer after my 5th grade year, so I was done elementary school, and I was totally finished elementary school, and I remember skateboarding and like riding bikes and all that stuff. But I remember skateboarding with these guys. This guy named John Koppinen. I know I don't like to use names, but if he ever sees this video, he'll appreciate this. And we used to hang out with this guy named Alex and a bunch of guys from the neighborhood. We built these ramps, and we would take the ramps and we put them at this dead-end street. You know, so of course there'd be no cars coming down. And these guys were wild, man. And like, they used to jump this ramp and they make the ramps bigger, and they would, you know, they were just like what you see on television or see in magazines or see on video games. We were kind of all trying to be that, or some of the guys were doing it, not me. I skated by with no broken bones, man. A lot of guys, you know, I witnessed some ankles and a couple arms and wrists take some guys down, so but it was a good time, man. And what happened was I got the name Ziggy from hanging out with this guy John, hanging out with Alex, and like we all went back. We lived in this apartment complex, man. We were a bunch of white dudes, man. It was kind of ironic, no bullshit. It was a bunch of white guys raised by single women, and we weren't like bad kids. We just liked risk and trouble and doing wild stuff, man. We just had a good time doing wild stuff, man. What a dumb goof. Nice freaking white sunglasses, you geek. Anyway, man. See, I'm paying attention. Anyway, so anyway, we were just a bunch of crazy little white kids, man, just having a good time, doing fun stuff, you know, getting by, you know, on what we could. You know, sometimes some of us would have to treat the other to a, sometimes the other one would have to treat the other to a snowball, man. I mean, there were times, man, honestly, when some of my friends and I, man, we would literally come up to the ice cream man with like 75 cents, dude. And his name was Mr. Al. Our ice cream man was Mr. Al. It was crazy back then, man. It was crazy what we experienced and what we went through, going through being kids, and looking back now and where I am and my struggles now, and, you know, seeing that, you know, I'm, you know, myself, man, I'm borderline right there, man. I could make it, or something could happen and it could ruin me. You know, I'm borderline with that, man. You know what I mean? And I realize, you know, like, I'm growing up. I was growing up where I was below borderline, man. I was around kids that we were below borderline, man. Our moms, our dads were like, peace, see you later, alligator. You know what I mean? And, I remember like I just remember just all those things, man. Just trials and tribulations, and like staying at my friends' houses, and my friends' houses my friends needed to stay at my mom's house, and because our parents weren't home, or our moms weren't home rather, because moms had like 2 jobs, man. It's crazy. So anyway, John has his brother, and I go down to the door, right? I'm like, hey, just knocking on the door, or whatever, and his brother answers the door, opens the door, and says to me, "Oh my God!" This is true story. "Oh my God! It's crazy! You look like the cartoon character Ziggy." Now look, man, you gotta imagine. I'm 5'6". Now at 37. Okay, so imagine me as a 5th grader. Or a 6th grader. I was going to the 6th grade. Imagine me as a 6th grader, right? Completely, probably maybe nowhere near 4 foot, maybe about 4 foot tall. And this guy, this big guy, he was muscular, he was a bad dude, muscular guy, jacked up, answering the door, not even letting me really in the door, and telling me that I looked like Ziggy. And that was it, it stuck. And then he went like back in his bedroom, and as I waited at the front door and waited for my buddy John to come out or finish up doing his deal, he brought this picture of this like news article, or like this cartoon character out of this newspaper, and it's this little short dude with this big fat nose, this big fat head, and that was, I don't even know what year it was, man. That was, so long ago. But that's what's awesome about that hip-hop music. It takes me back to thinking about how I was named Ziggy. And now you get to know about it. In case you even care. Like, a lot of people are like, how do you get the name Ziggy? I'm like, I just, got it from a friend of mine. Oh, I thought your last name might be Ziggerooski or something like that. I'm like, nah, man, I just happen to have a big head and a big nose. People got a kick out of it. That's all. Oh, guess what, guys? As you saw, I had this thing, this visor set over here because it's so sunny out. It's still a little chilly here on the East Coast, but because it's windy. But we're rocking, we're rolling. The weather is improving. Dropped the boy off this morning at school. He's gonna have a great day. Things are improving and looking up because I'm not giving up, and I'm not going to stop with my personal driving force, and I'm not quitting on my value and belief system. So I ask you, as always, be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem. I'll work on myself too, and you have my word. You're not alone. And as always, man, just do your very best, no matter how hard it can get. Okay? And I'll be back, and I'll be talking to you soon. Have a great day. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, man.